seen him on the previous match at AEX being tanky, being in front of those four-man Mineski squad, really tearing them
Yes.
down, just running
So,
inside.
oo.
So
And that
siya
is the other ano of the Echo,
Yes.
diba? To soak up all that damage, head in the front. Either you go in from the back or you go in front.
Yes.
Soak up as much damage as you can. Soak up all of those skills. Force them into using their ultimates onto you.
So I'm really looking at GHUB.
Uh-huh.
Mostly, I think, kiting game to eh. You have the Vel'Koz range with the Q.
Oo.
You have the Iceborne
The
Gauntlet
poking
at
down
Kinzon if
with
ever.
that Ezreal.
And of course, yung Time Winder na pwede rin ipang poke if ever na tumama. And a hard engage for the Graves. You have seen Tom Su on AEX pulling the trigger, starting the fight. So, ayun, inaantay ko lang din yun. And of course, Valbert's on that tidal wave.
Yes,
So basically,
to
if
set everything
yes,
up.
indeed. Ay,
the
kaso
stage.
kung pumasok man ng IPT, it's a kiting part for GHUB.
Yes, so very crucial here for GHUB to make sure that since they're not exactly the bursty type, the lockdown focused composition, they will have to make sure that the juggling of those team fights are very optimized. Make sure that you get all of that poke down, chunk them down, and then, you know, make sure you get the advantage.
Yes.
Take someone out early, make it a numbers game, and then turn the table. So, ladies and gentlemen, of course, don't forget, we still have the match and win promo. So if that doesn't hype you up, maybe you also need some Bacchus to drive your energy. So again, you are watching the second matchup for the day between Imperium Pro Team and GHUB. It is going to be game 1 for these two teams.
Yes, so yeah, as you have seen, guys, I think mostly this will be a bloodbath. I think hindi siya may slow down. GHUB is a team-oriented type. And of course, IPT, they have the international experience.
Yes, of course. And Imperium Pro Team has proven consistently how solid of a team they are.
And of course, they also showed it that GHUB, that they can put up a fight against IPT.
Yes, they did stage the comeback from last week. A bit shaky week 1 performance. And then suddenly, it's as if, hey, we caught up with the meta. We know what we're doing now, and we're actually pretty strong with this. So I'm pretty excited to see how these two teams are going to face off. That's GHUB. But now they're not playing from all the way from Pampanga, if I'm not mistaken. They're already actually here. So,
player cam.
Yeah, those snazzy player cams. See how exactly they react to the plays that IPT will make. So, ladies and gentlemen, quite the exciting matchup here. If you thought that this is in the bag for Imperium Pro Team, I mean, isipin nyo, you thought it was in the bag for Mineski, but AX managed to exactly
really good
to turn the tables. So you know, you never know. And that's exactly why we watch Pro Gaming Series, man. These are teams that all have the potential to possibly make it to Worlds. Of course, this is the Premier League for the Philippines. And without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I know you're all excited, so let's have game 1 between Imperium Pro Team and GHUB heading into the Summoner's Rift. Again, just a quick rundown of our picks here. Let's go.
Okay, let's go. And on the side of GHUB, on the top lane, that will be GHUB Cool at Echo. On the jungle, that will be GHUB Jaja for the Graves. And on the mid lane, Toxic on his Vel'Koz. Of course, the AD carry, that will be Kinzon on his Ezreal, and the support, Fishy Nami, Valberts.
Fishy Nami. And of course, on the other side, from Imperium Pro Team, hindi magpapahuli. JLC on that Poppy, Suez on the Kindred, Light on the Lysandra, Hate on Caitlyn, and of course, Poisanity on Soraka.
Yes, Poisanity on Soraka, still waiting for the match and win code. Yeah, abang-abang lang, guys. So, level 1, just protecting.
Tapos biglang lumabas yung code mo pagkasabi mo.
Wow.
So, so we have some poking, trading going on here from both ADCs.
Ang cute ni Fishy.
Fishy.
Ang cute nung niya, yung coin namin na...
Yeah, na may chroma.
Yung chroma.
Yes, and of course, look at that program, Sarah.
With the
So
program
beautiful.
Lisandra.
Oh,
Ang cute ng combo.
matchy-matchy.
Matchy-matchy. Hindi lang basta
Twinning.
fishy-fishy. So, tulad na sinabi ni Manjin, easy-crazy muna tayo, guys.
Oh.
Walang early shenanigans.
Yes. So it looks like this bot lane duo will be starting off with that Krug's take, and then just some
Yes.
standard lanes as usual.
Whoa. So, early poke coming from Kinzon.
Aha.
Of course, that's Ezreal. Iba talaga yung
Oh.
Q. Another one. Oh
Wow.
my. They are really putting out good
Pain.
damage.
But again, that is a Soraka, so unless
Yes.
you decisively kill her off, that is all that poke
Yes.
might just, go
So,
to
yeah.
waste, not be as effective considering how much sustain she can provide her ADCs.
Yeah, so highlight ko lang, Soraka, you have seen that power from international scene in the hands of Afromo, but of course, a very good counter from SKT kasi.
Whoa!
Oh, on the bot lane,
Oh!
a trade-off.
Getting pretty dangerous there in the bot lane with all that very painful trading from both sides. Interesting how both of the damage coming from the support and the ADC of GHUB, whereas IPT very reliant on hate, and of
Yes.
course, just some sustain to keep him going from Poisanity. And
Whoa,
now it looks
they are
like
going
they're
hard.
both commit here. Ignite has been used onto Hate. Looks like he might be able to live through this one, but in the mid lane as well, happening such explosive fight there. We have a kill. First blood goes to Suez. On to Toxic for
Yes,
IPT.
that was, the position of Toxic.
Aha.
Knowing that Lissandra has a glacial path.
Yes.
Kind miscalculated since he uses the flash, but still manages to kill.
Aha.
So yun.
And so he does use the teleport to get back into lane, which means that double teleport play
Is
will
down.
not be utilized anytime soon for
Yes.
GHUB.
So yeah, really good play for IPT. Of course, that's Kindred. And here comes the fight, Aika.
Yes, Jaja trying to counter jungle here does manage to get the red buff from Suez, now forced to flash out into the
Whoa.
Dragon Pit. Looks like he will live, but Suez is still on the chase here. And meanwhile, in the top lane, Cool is getting really low. The whacking game is intense, but looks like he will be able to have that shield handy, keep him alive just a little bit longer. No deaths just yet after that first blood.
Oh my. So, top lane, JLC using his advantage on his Poppy. So yun yung inaalala ko talaga for the lineup of IPT. The Poppy. If JLC can go ham on this one, magkakaproblema talaga ang GHUB.
I agree.
So yes, knowing that Light, if ever Light goes for a Zhonya's, he can use the crucial Frozen Tomb just to stop Toxic on his laser. Disintegration ray. Yeah, right? So, ayun, and then you can go Zhonya's if ever that you caught up in a tight position with that glacial path to escape. So it's a really good combo for IPT right now, but they are really going head-to-head right now. Aika.
Yes, and in the mid lane there, we have a knock-up onto Light there, but Toxic getting poked out of his lane. Meanwhile, it looks like actually Jaja is going to work on denying Suez the chance to rack up those stacks.
Yes.
So very smart plays here coming from both sides.
Yes, and of course, we're, nakita na rin yung power niya. And on the top lane, Aika!
On the top lane here, of course, Jaja coming in there hard onto JLC, forces him out of the lane. And now in the bot lane, Hate just catches that bubble. And now he's forced to move back just a little bit, try not to die too early.
Yes, that was...
And a wild pause appears.
Sobrang intense. Napilitan magpaka-easy crazy.
Oo, ano
ng
muna?
pause.
Breathe, let us breathe.
Yeah, Hate catching the bubble,
Uh-huh.
That was really a bad play, but yeah, still manages to get out safe and no kills on that one. So sobrang ma-action na ng ating buong mapa.
Oo.
Talagang tuloy-tuloy pa rin yung skirmishes, and yet no kill secure, just 1 kills from
Okay,
IPT.
so let's look at the stats here. Very beautiful.
Suez.
Suez with a KDA of 6.4. kill participation of 76% and a GPM of 406. So guys, do you think Suez is quite the jungler or not so much? Join our discussions by tweeting or posting on Facebook with the hashtag IPTWin and hashtag PGS 2016 if you believe that this game is in the bag for them. And of course, if you believe the contrary, then that will be a hashtag GHUB win. Because right now in the mid lane, though, Kinzen might be in trouble there.
Sorry, yes indeed. So mid lane taking it slow, and on the bot lane they are running low, but still manages to just farm all up. And of course, Suez, not questionable for the kill participation, knowing na he usually play on Kindred. Of course, Lamb's Respite and the stacks all over the map. He's been so aggressive with the backup of Light. So it's really a good standing for Suez.
But very dangerous here. Hate and
Whoa.
Poisanity on the back foot in that bot lane trading game, as well as JLC. IPT's lane seems to not be doing so hot, though Hate does manage to evade that bubble, but Jaja is here with the backup, and now Poisanity forced the flash away. Hate has been isolated, tried to go in too hard onto Valbert, and now both bot laners from the side of IPT have been taken out for 2 kills onto GHUB.
Well, I'm not really sure why that happened. It was a failed flash into the bubble. On the mid lane,
Oh,
we can
but
see the
hold
frozen
on.
tomb.
Yes, there you go.
Yes, the frozen tomb, I told you. Can really shut down Vel'Koz, and Toxic is not really having a good time on the mid lane.
Yes, and the scoreboard is now tied 2-2, 7 minutes into this game.
Yes, so on the bot lane, touch ka lang, balik tayo doon. That was a failed flash bubble, but still, tumuloy pa rin sila. Though good naman, since andun si Jaja, and for the side naman of IPT, si Hate flashing in, not really sure why, knowing na may ebb and flow pa.
Yes.
And Ezreal, Kinzon, goes hard to Soraka, so to Poisanity. So basically, there's no heal for Hate to continue.
Yeah, well, that's the interesting thing. Both ADCs fixated so hard on the
top
enemy,
lane tower dive.
the enemy support, and now underestimating the damage that that turret can inflict. We have some dives there, and that will be a 2-for-1 trade in favor of GHUB because Jaja with a quick response and gets the advantage for his team. And now in the bot lane, looks like some more aggressive plays right there.
I'm not really sure what happened on the top lane. As I've no
lane. It was the ultimate from Echo that saved him. And now Poisanity taken out by that Ezreal ultimate.
Yes,
a little bit too late
so,
to sidestep.
Actually, kasi, as I've seen from Pool, he had proc the 2 stacks. So if he flashes in besides Suez and just normal hit, the true damage might proc and can really take in the kill. Kasi nga napalayo siya, Wolf was able to bite him out.
Yes.
And the response from Jaja and everything was really good for GHUB.
And now in the bot lane here, Hate getting pushed out by Kinzen and Valberts.
Maganda rin kasi sa lineup for Kinzen and Valberts is because on the mid lane, they are trying to have a little skirmish, and Jaja here.
Oh, Frozen Tomb used onto Toxic there. He will be forced to flash out and use his ultimate. Jaja with that finishing blow gets the kill off of Light. Meanwhile, in the top lane, we have again some trading happening here. Will this be another lethal one on the side of both top laners? But no, looks like no one will die just yet.
Nice.
They are chunking each other down very, very effectively. Looks like it will be a matter of time until someone dies here.
Yes. The Gaspian dying, doing the work to sustain for both top laners. They are really doing great on staying on their lane, and JLC using that second skill just to throw Cool out. Yo, Cool, chill out.
Stay cool.
Yeah, stay
man.
cool on that one. So yes, guys, we are still on the early game, and kills all over the map has been started a while ago, but right now they are trying to take it slow.
Let's take it slow, so slow, but Kinzen will not agree with that buff from the Nami. Tries to get in hard, gets poked away by Hate.
And I really love Kinson.
Oh,
Whoa,
and then
the
comes
fight.
back for more Kinson. The
Wow,
bubble
nice.
lands onto Poisanity there. Nicely done, but Tidal Wave does not hit anyone.
Oh my
Kinson does get the kill off of Poisanity, and an advantageous trade right there for IPT because Hate
Suez.
manages to take out the enemy ADC.
There you
Kinson is out of this fight, and now Suez with a backup here in the bot lane will be able to take out Valbert for a kill for himself. And now Toxic as well has joined the fight, and now Suez is the one in a dangerous position.
Nice
Toxic
respawn.
gets the kill. Whoa, and in the top lane, ayaw magpahuli.
third
We have
drop.
a face-off here between the two top laners. Who will get the kill? JLC running away into that brush. And it is a matter of seconds. Will someone die? Whoa, someone died. No.
Oh my God.
These top laners, though, really
Yeah.
making us a little bit too excited.
Breathing intensifies.
Yes.
I thought someone will die because upon...
Oh,
Light!
Light, though,
Giving a
said,
visit.
I'm not going to lose to Toxic in terms of response. Frozen Tomb, just for style points there, gets the kill off of Cool. So
So-
that'll be 6-8.
Yes, indeed, Igra. So in return, they are taking the Mountain Drake, which is currently receiving a nerf, and Poisanity has been bubbled into the trouble and chasing in Kinzon with the Tidal Blessing, slowing him
no.
down. The program goes into the virus with the water inside. The exhaust was able to save him.
Oh.
Kinzon, a really
Oh.
good Q skill shot. Bad position from Soraka, of course. Poisanity washing out. My
Yes,
God,
he
this
did
game
get
is
caught
really...
out
after
there.
that Mountain Drake, Valbert's bubbling the program.
Nabasa daw kasi
Yeah,
yung
nabasa
software.
siya. So,
Ay, yung hardware.
nag-malfunction na siya.
Oo.
Hindi siya nakapag-sidestep. Pero we give credit on Poisanity for that exhaust. Was able to save himself for the last hit. But still, the Mystic Shot was able to go through.
Yes.
So yes, we are still into the game. Both teams are really taking it slow after that fight and the dragon. So no objectives, not unless you're going to take the Rift Herald still up. So check lang on the mid lane. Already, Light is ahead on his Abyssal Scepter, but I think
Yes.
Toxic is going for the same build just to protect them. And
Just to be sure.
of course, top lane has no chill.
Has no chill indeed because now Suez is running up here. He's already right in the face of Cool. Says
Chrono
Wolf,
break.
chunk him down there, forcing him to flash away. Will
The
that
last
be enough?
one, here comes
no,
Jaja.
and now Jaja doing just as Suez intended. Instead, he's the one that's gonna shine here. He gets the kill, and will he get more? Cool comes back in just to get a minion and decides to just go home.
Whoa,
Whoa.
the tidal wave has been used. Icon.
Exactly.
Go.
In the bot lane, we have an aggressive tidal wave and the bubble onto Hate here. Looks like Hate does have enough damage to chunk down Valbert. But Kinson, with that nice positioning right there, tries to
Nice.
get in for more. But meanwhile, in the top lane, Cool has already sneakily been taken out by JLC. And in the bot lane as well, wow, both lanes, opposite sides of the map. A lot of things happening because Hate has also gotten a kill off of Valbert, and looks like IPT is catching up.
Wow, yes. That was a really good play all over the map. Opposite sides taking out some kills. And last, Piltover Peacemaker wasn't able to connect. And of course, Kinson was able to go back safely. So yes, guys.
Though of great concern here, though, Jaja is now after pulling off all of those successful counter ganks, now is 5-0.
Yes, indeed. No shutdowns. And of course, Suez
Yes.
on 40. So we are looking the power of the junglers and the power of the
And
Blood Razor.
actually, as well as the very smart play of GHUB in terms of their warding. If you notice, from the early game, from the get-go, they've already done a good job of warding those rivers, making sure they know if the Kindred, if Suez is entering their domain.
As I've remembered, GHUB really prepared for some, what's this? Kindred picks.
Yes.
When Toxic was able to use the Twisted Fate that can really deny the stacks with the follow-up from Jaja. So I've seen that game, and what's really good, they somehow know how to read Kindred's movement.
So GHUB being very, very
Yes.
smart already with their macro play.
And of
So
course, whenever they pull the trigger, they know that Jaja is around. for a follow-up.
Exactly. And the best part is they leave it up to him to
Yes.
finish it off. Like, they don't get greedy and come back to see if maybe they could get the kill. No. They're just like, all right, man, this is yours.
Yeah, it's
Take
already
the kill.
yours.
And Cool will be just like, okay, maybe I'll
Okay,
come back for a minion. But,
We are
you know.
seeing the power of the Iceborne Gauntlet on the bot lane, just poking out. Poisanity can even heal himself.
But in
And Valbert's
response, though,
nothing much. Just
no,
the,
in response, we have a Rift Herald take here from IPT.
Oh,
Yes,
a very
they
good
are
movement.
in Rift Herald right now, and GHUB did not spot that out, so they take it for free. It is now on JLC.
yes, JLC will get to his lane. Rift Herald buffs, of course, masyado may hirapan pa si Cool, and going in. Both junglers on the top lane. Icat! Aika lang. Aika lang.
Teka lang.
Aika, teka lang. So yeah, mainit talaga ang laban sa top lane eh. But
Yes.
whenever they see both junglers, they
Yun
know
nga yung
they're
funny,
going to
pagkakitaan
disengage.
ng dalawang junglers, parang,
Yeah, parang,
ay,
"Oy, pre."
andito ka rin? Ay,
Dito ka rin. Sige.
sige, wag na lang.
Huwag na lang.
Next time na lang.
Parang ano eh, ayaw talaga nilang i-pull yung trigger eh. And
Oo.
bot lane right now going aggressive, pushing the IPT team
Oo.
against the turret.
Parehas silang gusto. After you? No,
Whoa,
after you.
JLC
Oh, JLC here though.
walking out.
From the back, straight through the turret here
What's
with that
that?
yank onto Cool there. Cool getting quite low as well here in the bot lane for the support onto his team. But now, Valberts will be taken out by JLC, so his gank has actually materialized onto a kill. And now, Cool is getting really, really low. Kinzen doing his best to poke down and kite away JLC. But looks like
Oh
while
my.
we were doing that, Light has just sneakily killed off Toxic in the jungle.
That was a good play for IPT, pulling the trigger, but JLC just walks in the tower aggro. But still manages to take the kill.
Well,
Really
he knows
good
he
that
was
one.
tanky enough.
Yes, being tanky enough, of course, pushing away Valbert. So
Yeah.
they wasn't able to finish the kill on Poisanity. And that really helps a lot for the IPT to re-engage.
So, but although it might not have been the most, in terms of profit, might not have been the most profitable play in that bot lane, considering how many things were exhausted for that.
Yes.
You had both top laners there, but smart on IPT side because Light actually took out
Oh my.
Toxic. And now here we have
Oh,
a shutdown
wow.
finally onto Jaja after sneakily waiting for him to just come into his loving arms. But anyway, so what we were talking about, what we were discussing was
The resources that has been
how
exhausted
smart,
on that
oh,
one.
and how smart Light was to see Toxic's movements,
Yes.
knows that the enemy mid laner is going to respond to that bot lane fight,
Yes.
actually gets onto him from behind and takes out the mid laner for himself.
so,
Yeah.
Toxic wasn't that he's not really making a very good presence on these fights.
Yes, that is
They're
true.
having a hard time since, of course, naman, that's Lissandre, the assassination power or the dual power of this
Of
champion.
Lissandra is quite scary. And of course, for Toxic, you will need a bit of a setup from your teammates for
Yes.
that, for you to be really, truly effective.
So yeah, kaya medyo nagulat ako, Vel'Koz pick. Like, if you're I was expecting for a Lissandra if ever you're not going to use an assassination. I mean, Cassiopeia pick. Might as well did better compared to Vel'Koz. But of course, what in mind of GHUB is going for a team kill on the bot
Oh.
lane. Just some small skirmishes, and Kinzan still fire-powering with that Pulse Fire Mystic Shot.
Okay, and it looks like both teams are going to lay down some vision onto the dragon. Of course, that is currently the most important objective on this map, considering that Rift Herald has been taken out. And now in the top lane, though, JLC again just confidently jumping over these
Oh
turrets
my.
here. And Tidal Wave will be popped in the bot lane. Hate does
Whoa.
manage to evade that, but
Ignite!
wow! That ultimate from Kinzen as well as the Ignite finishes him off for Valberts to take that kill credit. And now Poisanity running for his life as Jaja tries to shoot him down. Suez, though, decides, you know what? I just took the red buff. Let me help you. But no, No one will die following hit, but a turret will go down in the bot lane on the side of IPT.
Of course, top lane JLC trying to run down Cool, which is already on his red line. So going to manage to go back safely. And that was a very good play naman pala for going back to that bot lane kill. So yes, a very good follow-up for GHUB, and of course a power. Oh my god, so here we go. The heal from the Frozen Tomb. But yung kasi naman yung kinaganda ng Vel'Koz na once you go airborne, ma-disintegrate ka talaga.
Yes. Oh, Su is there. Getting stopped in his tracks by Toxic. But considering that Toxic is behind, he does not yet have enough firepower.
Yes, of course. And of course, yung mana.
Yes.
So yeah, that was a rush. Abyssal Scepter without even using any mana sustain items. Kahit Lost Chapter man lang. Just to sustain into the lane. Pero still, very good play naman. Because he's been playing passive naman na. After that 3 deaths, he doesn't really go in that much.
True.
Because, you know, Light has been stalling him over the game. And of course, as you check here on the itemization of Lissandra, you can see Hextech Proto Belt. So meron ka ng Glacial Path, meron ka pang Quick Dash.
Yes.
So we are, this is
going to be
a
a
6.9 item.
Plus, may flash pa siya, man.
Yes. So they are really opting for a dive. And of course, pwede rin itong maging escape mechanism for Lissandra. Just go Glacial Path in, W, and then X-Tech Proto Belt out, Zonias, or Frozen Tomb into herself. So basically, this Lissandra pick is working really well, putting a really good...
Yeah, so he does really intend to capture or to lock down those carries in the backline. But now Jaja from behind here with a surprise kill onto Hate. Takes him out for a juicy kill. And now a bigger fight will break out in the bot lane. JLC is caught by the bubble. 3 people onto him. That's going to be quite the problem. And he goes down. Poisanity forced to flash away. Uses his Tidal Wave to somehow stall the enemy team. But will also join his teammates in the grave. That is 3 kills from just that play by GHUB. And now it looks like they will be marching down on this bot lane inner turret and take it for free.
So, well, yeah, I think what happened was Toxic was able to stall Suez and Light. And right now, Light, once again, the duel, of course, the assassination to Toxic, knowing that Toxic has used his resources. So that's a mid down, Toxic down on the mid lane.
Yes.
So, but that was a good return kill naman, or return objective for the GHUB team, taking down the bot lane turret. That's an exposed inhibitor right now.
And also notice that earlier, the second Mountain Drake actually was taken by GHUB.
Yes, so they can really rush down some
that actually
sieges.
Explains how easily they were able to take out the bot lane turrets, including the inhibitor turret.
Yes.
They managed to get that far. So ganun
after winning that fight.
2 stacks of the Mountain Drake.
So here we go on the mid lane. Aika.
Yes. Jaja trying to chase down Light, but you know, not so much.
They need to do something about Light, I think.
Yeah.
They're really letting Light have those skills.
And Jaja, though, after that shutdown, now is on 7-1-3. He
still
is
doing
smoking.
his damage. Yes, indeed. And I'm still waiting for Toxic for his disintegration raid.
But that's the interesting thing, because actually there isn't much pressure onto Toxic to perform, considering that he does have Jaja. They also have Kinzen.
Yes,
and
indeed.
when they already, considering this is mid-game already, they will be looking at team fights instead. And in those team fights, he does have, his teammates have the right tools to, you know, make sure to set up quite nicely for him. What is happening? Alpha, take it away.
Here we go. Cool going to run after the battle within Suez and JLC. So nothing much was going to happen. Of course, he still has the Chrono Break, but Jaja, here we go against Hate and Poisanity. The exhaust has been used and the trap wasn't able to connect. And the collateral damage, of course, not finishing the fight. Here comes Light into the frozen tomb, bursting down Kinzon.
Ooh.
And here comes another fight. Aika, what's happening?
Okay, Tidal Wave there. Gonna be popped to slow down Light, but Toxic is already pretty low. Light does use
Ace
Glacial
in the
Path
hole.
to somehow expect the enemy mid laner, but not needed. Now JLC here trying to keep Valbert's down, and of course Cool is gonna run away from that. Knows that, you know, with just Nami beside you, you can't exactly take on 5 people from IPT. So a lot of mistakes made there in
But
that
yeah,
skirmish
yes.
from that blue side bottom jungle. And now a third Mountain Drake is going to spawn
My, oh
sunod-sunod
my.
for these yummy
Parang
objectives.
kanina nung kami ni Shinbu, puro cloud. Ngayon, puro mountain na.
Oh, looks like, well, these Mountain Drakes are definitely going to speed up the map
Yes.
pushing.
Really wanted to GHUB take that one para makita yung power spike mismo ng 3 dragons. Pero that was a very good takeaway or deny from IPT,
Pero
of course.
something to note, no, the shutdown on Jaja actually went to Poisanity.
Yes,
So
yun nga lang.
that was the minor misplay, I guess. Or
Yes, of
just
course.
a bit of a disadvantage
really
in
wanted
terms
to
on the side of
kill
GHUB,
Jaja na
on the
kasi.
side of IPT.
Yes.
Just-
Masyado na silang eager to take down Jaja.
Oh, actually.
And yeah, of course, wasn't able to, a carry wasn't able to take that kill. But of course, JLC here, Aika.
Yes, JLC caught out by 3 people from GHUB,
Whoa.
but looks like he has reinforcements coming here. Frozen Tomb onto Cool from Light, and a teleport onto that Baron Pit coming in from Toxic. Will this be the fight where he will finally matter the most with those setups? No, because JLC decides to abandon the skirmish. And now, 3 people from IPT are grouping up in that jungle. See if they can expect more fights erupting.
So yeah, still Toxic. That was a burn teleport, lessening the pressure. Of course, for any respawn. And yun nga, tama yung I agree naman, Aika, going back on what you've said, na it's not as much as pressure to Toxic, knowing that Jaja was already the firepower and Kinzon is standing is 4-5, opting to build a Ruin King.
Yes.
So that's against JLC's Poppy kasi nga kanina pa natin napapansin that sobrang kunat talaga ni Poppy. Like JLC is continuously running inside them and they can do anything not unless Echo can provide damage for the health base. So still waiting for that one. And of course Toxic, kahit nga na hindi natin kailangan sabihin na mag-snowball siya, still Vel'Koz itself has the true damage with the patch on him. So yeah, just a good team fight, just a very good setup will really help Toxic to snowball or go back into the fight.
And just to note here, we did look at Suez's stats before. Now it's on to Jaja.
Whoa!
He has a KDA of 5.7, 65% kill participation, and 348 GPM. So he is currently laying down a lot of the good kills here. He is almost half, actually, of the kill score of GHUB. So if you believe that, you know, this is going to be monumental for a victory, but hold on, because Suez just kind of says, oh, you know, he may have those stacks, but let's see, I can take the kills. But yes, all right, in the top lane alpha though, what is happening?
You can see a true shot barrage and a bubble into the light and goes into the frozen tube inside. And both teams disengages.
And no one will die. So anyway, guys, if you think that the performance so far from Jaja is quite the impressive one in this game, do discuss Twitter, Facebook, wherever you want. Kahit harap-harapan pa kayo sa comp shop with the hashtag GHUBWin. And of course, hashtag PGS 2016. And now Kinzon quite in trouble here in the top lane. Doesn't manage to recall in time, but JLC caught because now Cool is here as well as Valbert. And now, since they weren't able to recall and regenerate, Poisanity is going to go down. And now as well on the heels of Light. But instead, Kinzon gets taken out as he was quite low. Then they go back, take out JLC, and of course, finish with 3 kills on 2. Finally, Light. That's 3
Suez.
for 1. And now Suez caught in a bad place. That will be 4 kills. So, binawing-binawi talaga ng GHUB from that bad fight from
Whoa.
earlier. Ace in the hole will be used, but not enough to take out Valberts. And now, GHUB is going to rotate for this free Baron.
Cool was really eager to save Valbert's burning his flash. And of
Yes.
course, the even flow was able to save her, Nami, because of course, the AP ratio coming from Chachalis as well. So it really helps a lot on saving Valberts for that ace in the hole.
Yes.
So, akala ko talaga light will go down na on that fight eh. Kaya
Oo.
sabi ko, bubble
Pero-
into the light. Akala ko may kita na yung heaven eh. Kaso wala.
Grabe
Nag-frozen
nga eh.
tomb siya at the very moment na lumapag siya from that
Yes.
bubble.
Right when it mattered. And grabe, sobrang laking investment ng wards dito from the side of GHUB on that Baron River. Actually, they really wanted that. So that fight,
Wow,
no
Aika.
surprise that it went into their favor. What are you so overwhelmed by?
We
Kindly
are looking at
explain.
Medjai Soul Stealer in the hands of Cool.
Wow.
So I don't know if this is an
Medjai.
overconfident play, but it's Medjai. It's like, you know, way back season 2, 3 or 4, this Medjai, if you're going to create this one, parang hinahamon mo yung kalaban mo.
Oo, parang hinahamon mo and parang, hey, kill me, kill
Yeah,
me.
kill me as long as you can. Or I'm just going to do some stacking game.
Yes.
So yeah,
So-
confident play Nagulat ako, Medjai of all items.
Grabe no,
This
hindi
is a
pa
tank
enough.
echo, pero
And hindi pa
Medjai.
talaga enough sa GHUB. You already have Jaja with all that damage. You already have Kinzon. Ay, hindi pa rin eh. Parang, oh sige pa, dagdagan pa natin. More pain.
Yes, more pain into the side of GHUB. And of course, I want to highlight that's a finished Crucible for Nami. So,
Wow.
Frozen Toe might be denied as well if ever na kailangan.
Oo.
So, good pick, good item pick for Valberts just to deny that Frozen Tomb. Of course, madalas kasi tina-target siya kay Toxic eh. So, Toxic can't really free skill because of that one. So, at least this time, mapoprotektahan nila si Toxic and of course, Kinzon on that Ezreal. So, I think Kinzon will probably go to his last Whisper na.
Oo. That is true. And of course, that easy elemental Drake there, that will be the last one. It was an Ocean Drake going to the hands of GHUB.
Here we go, light into the flash with the Hextech Proto Belt. Wasn't able to catch the range, and here comes Kinzon. True shot barrage on the side. JLC responding. Is this going to finish the game if ever na may ma-ace?
That is a GHUB team with an Ocean Drake and 2 stacks of Mountain. What will it be? IPT, you are forced to run away and back up just a little bit too much
Aika, the
damage
fight.
there. And now, the play that may make it for IPT,
Whoa.
a lockdown onto Jaja by JLC, but that was quite the setup for Toxic to lay down all the pain. And now, Poisanity in the backline, taken out by Cool. Cool ka lang kasi mamamatay ka na. And now, Suez as well. And that makes it an ace with a triple kill coming in for Cool. Kaya pala siya nag-Medjais.
Yes, that was an overconfident play, but still manages to go in and finish the fight. This will be the game from GHUB. Cool being cool, and GHUB taking down the game, taking down IPT. Good game, well played.
Yes, coming in strong and finishing just as strong. GHUB with a
Yes.
very strong start here in the week 3 of the Pro Gaming Series 2016 Summer Split against one of the most solid and strongest
Yes.
teams in this
And
league, Imperium Pro Team.
Nakakagulat lang kasi yung huling fight, you have seen the Frozen Tube inside the Lambrous fight.
Oo.
So, how can you finish a kill if you're inside the Lambrous fight? Na kung mawala man yung Frozen Tomb, the heal from Lambrous fight would really save someone.
Yes, exactly. So by that point, it was quite obvious that IPT was already unraveling just a little bit. And it really helped that, you know, that play, actually, that flashy play by Light with that flash, with that Glacial Path, with the Hextech Proto
sobrang
Belt.
pinilit niya.
That-
Na-burn lahat ng resources niya.
And that failed actually set up the stage for a very advantageous team fight
Yes.
from GHUB kasi they also had Ocean Drake and the Mountain Drake, in case now you would push back that
Yes,
fight
the
onto the
re-engage and
inhibitor.
disengage.
Exactly.
They have their time.
Oo, so they weren't able, IPT, with no disengage whatsoever.
Yes. And yun nga, that was too much eh. You have a Poppy on JLC, which is on the side. Why not wait? Why not set up a sneaky beaky side glacial path plus flash?
Oo.
Why dun sa
front?
harap mismo?
Right in front.
Yes, you can play the terrain. I usually do that. You can use the terrain as glacial path. And then you flash on the side plus the proto belt. Pero that was too much nga from light. But still, kudos to them for playing it really well. Lissandra being stand-in or winning the duel against Toxic. And Toxic, eto na, yung last fight, dun siya nag-shine. This disintegration ray was able to decapitate JLC.
Oh, that's what we were talking about.
The true damage.
That was good that Jaja and Kinzon were already fairly ahead and then gave the space for Toxic to sort of catch up. Knows that Toxic's effectiveness will really shine once those crucial team fights erupt. And you know, that was one mistake, but very, very, very crucial for IPT.
And yun nga, I would really love that JLC and of course Valbert's denying JLC going on the backline of Toxic. Then that was the time the disintegration ray was able to cast and really
that was so
mas true pa sa true na relasyon na damage ang binigay ni Toxic.
So there you have it, guys. That was game 1 between Imperium Pro Team and GHUB. GHUB looking very, very strong with that. Strong game.
Abangan
and of course, very, very strong with that strong game. Of course, abangan nyo because we still have the Match and Win Poise Sanity bundle. So, is this going to be the sign? Of course, IPT showed how well they can put up a fight. They still are one of the most formidable teams. So, will game 2 between these two teams be the comeback for IPT? Revenge gaming na ba to? Or will this be another 2-0 just like the first matchup? What do you think, guys? Discuss on Twitter, Facebook, hashtag IPT win, GHUB win, hashtag PGS 2016 because we'll be right back. Magre-refill lang ng energy with the
Bacchus. Drive your energy. And of course, me is your shoutcaster, GS Alpha with me,
Aika. So we'll be right back, ladies and gentlemen. And
whoa, they are going hard.
Commit here. Ignite has been used onto Hate. Looks like he might be able to live through this one, but in the mid lane as well, happening such explosive fight. We have a kill. First blood goes to Suez. Onto Toxic for Ica. Evade that bubble, but Jaja is here with the backup, and now Poise Sanity forced to flash away. Hate has been isolated, tried to go in too hard onto Valbert, and now both bot laners from the side of IPT can hold on. Yes, there you go.
Yes, the Frozen 2.
PC is fixated so hard on the enemy.
Top lane tower dive.
And now, underestimating the damage that turret can inflict. We have some dives there, and that will be a... no, it was the ultimate from Echo that saved him. And now Poise Sanity taken out by that Ezreal ultimate.
On the mid lane, they are trying to have a little skirmish, and Jaja here.
Oh, Frozen Tomb used onto Toxic there. He will be forced to flash out and use his ultimate. And then comes back for more Kinzon. The bubble lands onto Poise Sanity there. Nicely done, but Tidal Wave does not hit anyone. Kinzon does get the kill off of Poise Sanity, and an advantageous trade right there for IPT because Hate manages to take out the enemy ADC. Kinzon is out of this fight, and now Suez with a backup here at the bot lane will be able to take out Valbert for a kill for himself, and now Toxic as well has joined the fight, and now Suez is the one in a dangerous position. Toxic gets the kill. Whoa, and in the top lane, ayaw magpahuli. We have a face-off here between the two top laners. Who will get the kill? JLC running away into that brush, and will lose to Toxic in terms of response. Frozen Tomb just for style points.
Poise Sanity has been bubbled into the trouble and chasing in Kinzon with the Tidal Blessing, slowing him down. The program goes into the virus with the water inside. The exhaust was able to save him. Kinzon, a really good Q skill shot. Bad position.
Indeed, because now Suez is running up here. He's already right in the face of Cool says
Counter
Wolf,
break.
chunk him down there, forcing him to flash away. Will that
Last
be enough?
one, here comes
No,
Jaja.
now Jaja doing just as Suez intended. Instead, he's the one that's gonna shine here. He gets the kill, and will he get more?
Whoa,
Whoa.
the tidal wave has been used. Icon.
Exactly,
Go.
in the bot lane, we have an aggressive tidal wave and the bubble onto Hate here. Looks like Hate does have enough damage to chunk down Valbert, but Kinzen with that nice positioning right there tries to
Nice.
get in for more. But meanwhile, in the top lane, Cool has already sneakily been taken out by JLC. And in the bot lane as well, wow, both lanes opposite, so his gang has actually materialized onto a kill, and now Cool is getting really low. Kinzen doing his best to poke down and kite away JLC, but looks like while we were doing that, Light has just sneakily killed off. Light actually took out Toxic, and now here we have a shutdown finally onto Jaja after. And now in the top lane, though, JLC again just confidently jumping over these turrets here. Tidal Wave will be popped in the bot lane. Hate does manage to evade that, but
Ignite.
wow! That ultimate from Kinzen as well as the Ignite finishes him off for Valberts to take that kill credit. And now Poise Sanity running him, and he goes
Tidal
down.
Wave.
Poise Sanity forced to flash away, uses his Tidal Wave to somehow stall the enemy team, but will also join his teammates in the grave. That is 3.
Hate and Poise Sanity. The exhaust has been used and the trap wasn't able to connect. And the collateral damage, of course, not finishing the fight. Here comes Light into the frozen tomb, bursting.
JLC caught out by 3 people from GHUB, but looks like he has reinforcements coming here. Frozen Tomb onto Cool from Light, and a teleport onto that Baron Pit coming in from Toxic. Will this be the fight where he will finally matter the most with those setups? No, because JLC, and now Kinzen quite in trouble here in the top lane. Doesn't manage to recall in time, but JLC caught because now Cool is here as well as Valbert, and now since they weren't able to recall and regenerate, Poise Sanity is going to go down. And now as well on the heels of Light, but instead Kinzon gets taken out as he was quite low. Then they go back, take out JLC, and of course finish with 3 kills on 2. Finally Light, that's 3 for 1, and now Suez caught in a bad place. That will be 4 kills. So binawing-binawi talaga ng GHUB from that bad fight from earlier. Ace in the hole will be used, but not enough. Too much damage there. And now the play that may make it for IPT, a lockdown onto Jaja by JLC, but that was quite the setup for Toxic to lay down all the pain. And now Poise Sanity in the backline, taken out by Cool. Cool ka lang kasi mamamatay ka na. And now Suez as well. And that makes...
Well, a double rainbow is a phenomenon of optics that displays a spectrum of light due to the sun shining on droplets of moisture in the atmosphere. Demacia! Focus on the battle. Illuminate the enemy. Banish the shadows. Going superior. In the name of Demacia, I will punish you. Light 'em up. I love it, lightning. A double rainbow.